The Annals are being written by Jonathan Oldenburg, author of Tears from Iron, who is currently playing... Fuck. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining episode 9 of the ACKS Imperial Imprint actual play campaign, The Grey Brotherhood. 30 years ago, we were comrades of the West Point Wargames Club. Now we've come together again to play Adventure Conquer a King System Imperial Imprint, or ACKS II. ACKS II is a new edition that will be crowdfunding soon. If you're just now joining the campaign, be sure to check the description below for a link to the Annals of the Grey Brotherhood. The Annals are being written by Jonathan Oldenburg, author of Tears from Iron, who is currently playing Ardravis in the campaign. Anytime you need a refresher, you can just check the link in the description to review everything that's gone before. Jonathan's book is currently on sale on Amazon, so be sure to check it out. We begin the session in the town of Saidanos, where the Grey Brotherhood is grieving in the aftermath of its disastrous foray into the buried temple, where a deadly trap felled Avarice, Castinus, Gwynfor, and Raymond. Castinus and Raymond were successfully restored to life, though with grave consequences, but for Avarice and Gwynfor, nothing could be done. Now, Castinus and Raymond must recuperate for 28 days, while Higlac sees to the funerals of their fallen comrades. It is the early morning of 23rd Zigilin in the Imperial year 381. Okay, so it is usually considered wise to hold the funerals as quickly as possible, so that the spirit can be freed to pass on to the Empyrean heaven in the circle of rebirth. The priestess comes to you and she says, do you wish to make arrangements for the funeral pyres of your friends?
Yes. Let us see to their remains quickly. I know that their souls need release.
She nods. Yes, this is wise. I will see to it that it happens promptly. Will you be burying any offerings or burning anything with the bodies for the gods?
Yes, we will.
She says, please bring all of that to us at the House of Mourning. The Grey Sisters will receive it there.
Will do.
All right. So she... Okay. So she heads back to go start to make preparations. So it is Zigilin 23, which is a Naradras. So so the funeral should be tomorrow on Khalifa Dras. That's the appropriate day for funerals and estates. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. All right. So the funeral will be tomorrow. Okay. Anything you guys want to do today?
Can Castinus send a message to the Travelers Guild looking for anyone who's willing to purchase captives for travel to Cipherin?
To the gladiators.
Yes.
Yes. You can make that arrangement today. So
I could probably dispatch Jenna and Mandonio.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so Jenna and Mandonia are dispatched to do that. What else from your weary bedside? You you handle that. Okay. Anything else?
Real quick question, Alex. Do we know that Castinus has been cursed, or is this going to just make
not
sure?
Castinus? You mean Raymond?
Okay, Raymond has been cursed.
Oh, I see what you're saying. The priestess told you that something was coming back. So
okay,
you don't know the details of it, but she told you something had followed him back.
Okay, so probably would be a good idea to leave at least one of our minions behind to stand guard over him and, watch his back while he's sleeping.
You mean have somebody up all the time?
Well, somebody there while you're sleeping, and then, they can sleep while you're awake.
Well, can we simultaneously, can we make provision for Raymond to recover inside the temple, perhaps at an increased cost?
He's a crusader. They would allow him to stay at the temple for free.
Okay.
That's not a problem. Yeah.
Okay.
So Raymond will be staying at the temple. Okay. All right. So Mandonio and Jenna return with a man who is a merchant, and he, most respectfully, I am Crispus Critonius. I understand that you have humanoid specimens you would like to sell to the gladiatorial schools of Siphoron.
We do. Here.
All right, so you're going to kind of show him your prisoners?
My comrades will show them to you. Yep.
Okay. And he says, thank you. I'd like to inspect the merchandise. So he goes out and he, peers at the orcs, and the orcs, whoa. Yes, they are definitely orcs. Yes. He's like lifting up the arm. Oh, okay. Comes back and he says, there is a gladiator trainer named, well, his name is Maximus Argenturin. I'm sure you've heard of him.
Oh, yes.
He is a specialist in fielding beastmen in the arena, and he would certainly purchase these orcs. I can give you, for the 6 of them, 180 gold pieces.
Remember, it's 4. Raymond killed 2.
Yeah, I think it's
Remember
4.
Yes, I miscounted. For the 4 of them, then, I can give you 120 gold pieces.
Friend, that is an excellent deal. Sold.
All right, he shakes on it. And he says, my men will come by later today. We'll have them on a wagon to Saidanos in the morning.
Okay.
Okay. Says, my men will bring payment at that time.
Excellent.
Okay.
And we will seek you again with similar prisoners.
He says, the sands of Siphoron are ever hungry for more flesh to please the crowds. And then nods. Okay.
Great.
So, hey, Jonathan, do you happen to remember offhand on your calendar what day was the interview for Tyrannius?
I can look it up.
Okay.
It'll take me a moment, but yes, I can find it.
Yeah, look that up. All right. If no one else has anything, right? Yeah, Tower of Knowledge, yeah.
Are we holding off till after the funeral to sell any of the goods at the Tower of Knowledge?
Yeah. Let's take care of this, and then we'll go do the other stuff.
It was the 6th of Zigilin.
That was when you guys visited, right?
That was the last day before we set out.
Yeah.
So I believe that was when it happened. Because we did sell some stuff there first.
That was when he applied, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then it would be 1, 2. All right. So his interview is on the 27th of Zigilin. Okay. Very good. Well, let's advance the clock until tomorrow then, and we can do the funeral. We'll start at the funeral at dawn for the 2 fallen heroes. And so dawn finds the Grey Brotherhood standing in the fields outside of the town of Saidanos. The sun is eastering, casting its rosy fingers across the sky. A pyre has been built during the night by the Sisters of Mourning and their laborers. And the Grey Sisters are all there with their hoods up. Your friends' bodies are laid out in state. And so this is the equipment that I have, the equipment and gifts that I have noted that you guys were sacrificing with them. I have 200 gold pieces, 1,200 silver pieces, vestments with golden thread, 4 spice jars, a 250 gold piece ruby.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yep.
And,
All right.
we also remove clothing and equipment from Gwynfor and Avarice.
That's
How about
fine.
reducing the gold and increasing it by the fancy suit?
You know
I think
what?
you should be buried in your fancy suit.
I think you should be buried. I think you should be buried in the fancy suit. Why don't we just add that as an additional bonus? So now we're at 1260.
And not buried, burned.
Burn.
Yeah.
Cremated, yes.
Yeah. Then it's cremated, and then they have a funeral urn, and then they put that in the catacombs, the reliquaries. All right. So the priestess, is elderly mother of mourning, and she says, "Does anyone wish to speak honors or elegies of the two fallen?"
I do. I will speak for my brothers. I stand over the body of Avarice and I say, Avarice died honorably with his boots on in the service of his brothers. May he wake in the halls of Valhalla. And then I walk over to Gwynfor's body and said, Gwynfor died with honor and made his ancestors and brothers proud. May he weep wherever the elves find honor in the afterlife.
Everyone nods respectfully. Good words, she says. And she lowers her hand. And when she does that, all the sisters in mourning who are holding torches all lower their torches down onto the bodies. And the kindling catches light, and the flames rise up, and the black smoke issues forth, and the bodies begin to burn. And their souls are freed to go on to the afterlife. Okay. So it takes a few hours for the bodies to fully burn, and out of respect, you spend your time there, making silent prayers and wishing the best for your friends in the next world. And it is now, we will say, it's about late morning on the 24th. What do you guys want to do?
I go to Cassinus and I say, Cassinus, what tasks do you have for us?
And so I'll lay out to the group that I think we can do one of two things. There is, while myself and Raymond are recovering here, the remainder of the party could travel back to Turos 10 and collect up all of the things that we have in the merchant's vault and bring them back here so that we could use that to purchase even more equipment. That's there and back again is probably between 4 and 6 days for a week to do that, while we would just be resting here. Myself and Raven, I think we'll just focus on recovering. We can do some other minor tasks, and then when the rest of the group returns, we could start recruiting for some additional henchmen interested in finding another thief. I think we should contact the one of the ones that we talked with last time, the apprentice to the dwarven smith, and attempt to hire him. And maybe we can also see if there are any other Any other interesting characters to bring on board? But I think those two.
I think a milk run to Turos Tim is good use of our time.
Yep.
And that normally I would not like to separate the Brotherhood, but I agree that this would be a good use of our time. I do, after hearing what the High Priestess said in terms of what may be coming for you, I would like to leave Herrerius behind to stand guard over you and make sure that
Over Raymond. Over
Raymond.
Not Castinus.
to make sure that nothing horrific comes y'all's way.
Well, what if we chose Zeodana? It's closer to her, probably closer to her calling.
Well, Herrerius is a paladin, so.
Oh,
Does-
okay.
Yeah.
Who is Raymond's henchman, though? Is Zeodana is, right?
Zeodana,
Is-
yeah.
Yeah, Zeodana is his henchman.
Right.
Either would be fine with me.
Okay.
Herrerius is an excellent warrior, and I would love to have him with us just in case, but I don't want to leave you defenseless while we're gone.
Okay. Should we do Herrerius and Zeodana, or just one of them?
I think just one, and
Okay.
I'm fine with either. I don't want to weaken the Brotherhood too much, even though it's a milk run to Turos Tim.
Yep.
Sometimes fate has other plans.
Well, then why don't we go with keeping Herrerius back?
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, so Herrerius is going to stay back as well as Zeodana?
No.
Just Herrerius.
Just Herrerius. Okay.
While there's a little lull, I appreciated the dinging during the ceremonies as we were burning the bodies, but then I realized it was continuing, so I don't think it was deliberately done to enhance the moment.
No,
That was a
I don't
charming
know what
moment,
that
yeah.
was.
I think somebody's phone must be dinging somewhere.
Must be.
That was like the funeral bells, right?
That's what
Yeah.
I was wondering. It was like so perfectly timed.
Right, yeah. Okay. Okay. Then it will be one. All right. So let's see. After Zigilin comes Acevelin. All right. So it will be yes. To summer.
Okay. I'm gonna start stuff you guys can take back with you to pay off the loan and so that to get supplies, etc. to make the trip.
Okay. So do you know? So you're going to pull that together right now?
Yeah, I'm doing that. So
Yep.
they'll have
Yep.
it. Yep.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Tyrenius, is there anything that you need to do before we leave?
I'm thinking back to whether I've replenished darts and so forth. How does that work in game mechanics, Alex? If I'm throwing darts willy-nilly at people's...
You have to replenish them.
Fighting.
Yeah. You have to
Yeah.
replenish them. Yeah.
So
It's like one gold piece. So just
yeah,
subtract it.
sure.
Yeah, it's and Terranius. I think let's take a look at in the PCs. Take a look at the party stash, and I already took the stuff off of Avarice and put it in the party stash. Jonathan, if you can take Gwynfor's like armor, weapons, stuff like that, and put it in the party stash, then it'll be there. But
are you still able to see Gwynfor, Jonathan, or
I'm down in the deceased section. Yeah, I can see
yeah?
him.
Okay, yeah. So you should be able to just move his stuff right into the stash.
One thing to keep in mind, Tyrrhenius' day at the Tower of Knowledge is in 3 days after the funeral, so maybe do the milk run until after he goes to the Tower of Knowledge.
If it's that close, yeah, I think we should.
Yeah, we stay until then. Obviously, yeah, that's
yeah. If that's the case, then I'm going to go ahead and using henchmen and the rest of the people start offloading some of the treasure that we have.
Okay, what do you got?
Okay, so the first thing that I want to try to move is the illuminated scroll of ancient Zaharan sensual religious practices.
Ah, yes. Okay, so let's see. Let's check the equipment availability here. That is... Okay, so you are able to sell that.
Okay.
You can sell one such item. So
then,
all right. So a curios dealer named Dominos says, "I have heard you have a most interesting scroll. I would be interested in seeing it, my friend." And he puts on pince-nez and peers at it. It is authentic. I can tell by the special papyrus that they have used. And the illumination, the inks were made with blood. Yes. All right.
What is his name?
Dominos, the curios dealer.
I would say Dominos. I would like to. It's like normally when I make such a transaction for an item like this, I would attempt to get more out of you, but I seek further business with you, and 500 gold pieces, I believe, is a fair price for this valued item.
He pushes his strange little dwarf-made optics back and says, "What business do you have in mind, friend Castinus?"
What about monster parts?
Oh, there are many collectors for such things. Now, are they still empowered?
Why don't you tell me your thoughts on these containers of spider eggs?
His eyes kind of open up, and he looks at them, and those are live spider's eggs. How much do you want for them?
300.
Oh. I will give you 250.
Okay.
Fine, I will give you 300. Oh, you drive a hard bargain, Castinus.
800 for the scroll and for all of the spider eggs.
Okay. All right. So he takes out a script of paper and scrawls on it, and he says, "This is a promissory note you can redeem for the coin at the Merchants Guild. I will have my man come by tomorrow to pick up the items."
Well met, sir. I see many more transactions in our future.
Perhaps. I'll be keeping an eye on you. Okay. While you guys are chatting in, where you're staying, a figure, a man who is known to you, a man who is familiar to you, an old brother that you haven't seen in many years, sort of jauntily enters the room, the inn, and he has blue-gray eyes, wavy ash brown hair, middling height, lanky, and you recognize him as your old friend Ardravis Iscarian, who had been one of the folks that got the letter to join the Grey Brotherhood, but he never showed up.
Brothers! Tacitus,
Where-
you're growing a beard.
Every day.
Where's that avarice? He owes me 10 gold. I want to roll dice with him.
Oh.
I'm sorry,
Mandonio.
brother.
Where's
Mandonio will
Glencore?
tell you. Mandonio will tell you. The friends, they are too grieving. Your friends, what they cannot bear to tell you. But Mandonio, he will reveal. Avarice and Gwynfor are dead.
Oh,
Yes.
Well-
No, you don't need to. No need to thank me. It is just my duty to my employer.
well, Higlak, I had intended to share this as a toast, but perhaps it'd be best to use for mourning. And I'll hand Higlak a fine, a jug. It is
Jog, yeah.
fine
4 a.m.
dwarven ale that I happened across on my trip. And I know of your hatred of this swill. So, and I'll hand it to him.
Oh, glorious day. Brother, you joining us it is most glorious. Thank you. Thank you for this ale. We should definitely drink it in the honor of our fallen friends.
Yes.
Let's drink, and tell me the story. Tell me of what happened, how they fell, and how you've grown a beard. And it looks like Tyrrhenius has a friend, a rather creepy-looking friend.
He's an acquired taste. You'll get used to him.
Which is more than I can say for the wine.
Well, Argivus, your timing is opportune. We have a stash in Turos Tem that needs to that the remainder of the healthy party is going to travel to return, and so your skill and your aptitude will be really well used on that trip.
Well, I would love to help. I hate that I am so late that I missed. And perhaps, I don't know, we could have averted this disaster. But I was deep in the wilds of Nicaea, leading an expedition, and I only received word, and only a short time ago. And as soon as I got, I departed. But I'm glad I'm here now, and I'm happy to do that.
As are we. We are glad that you have joined us more than you know. Put a burly hand on his shoulder, spill a little bit of ale as you know, grab him good and drink heartily to our friends.
All right. Well, why don't we assume you spend most of the rest of the day then catching up with your old friend, filling him in on all of the adventures that you've undertaken, arranging for this 800 gold pieces worth of transactions to occur, and I guess posting signs that you weren't trying to hire more henchmen.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
First, and we'll also send probably Jenna out with a message to try to find Griffin. I believe
Griffin Russell?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Griffin works at the Roddock Steelworks, where Torod Roddock is the weaponsmith, which is in the plaza of the Pantheon. It's not far from you guys. We can actually switch over to the Saidanos map at this point, I think.
I could actually hire a palanquin to carry me there, couldn't I?
You could.
And and hire some drummers to drum me into the marketplace.
You absolutely could do that, yes.
So I send them to hire me that and 2 drummers.
Nice. Okay, awesome. So they come back with a palanquin with litter bearers and then drummers behind that are playing drums. And so you guys are currently at the Stone Tankard Inn, which is here. And
I think we'll have Horaeus carry the standard.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. So with you on the palanquin and the group sort of formed up, boom, boom. Totally
Right?
epic.
Yeah.
Totally epic. All right.
I mean, we know how to make an entrance. Let's just be real.
Let's see the effects of this entrance on encounters here. Let's see. Woo. All right. So when you guys get into the Plaza of the Pantheon, which is the largest plaza inside Danos, and at its center is the fountain with the 7 gods and goddesses of the Elven Pantheon, you can immediately tell that something is going on as soon as you enter into the plaza, because there is a crowd of about 50 or 60 people gathering around the fountain, sort of gawking. And it looks like about 6 to 8 officers of the City Watch have encircled the base of the fountain. And then you kind of like look at the crowd and your eyes go up and your guys go up. And then at the top of the tallest of the statues, the top of the Aminar statue, there is some sort of shaggy creature perched on top, and it's beating its chest and roaring. And it looks like a man, but with a shorter, squatter body and kind of arched legs, but very long arms and a very broad nose. And it's covered with hair all over, except on its face, where you can see its skin, and it's just dreadfully hideous. Some sort of beast man you've never encountered before. It says, and the officers of the City Watch, everyone stay back. The beast could be dangerous. So they're getting their crossbows out. Anybody want to do anything?
I'll look at the beast and say, what are you doing up there?
The beast looks down at you and its nostrils flare, and it goes, kind of wobbling back and forth on the statue.
Okay. I look over at Tyrenius and say, do you got anything that will communicate with this creature?
I have something we can teach it, and I prepare to cast Thunderclap at it.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you start to cast the spell, and the thing kind of peers at you, not really understanding what you're doing. And then the loudest thunderclap you guys have ever heard just echoes across the plaza. If it had been closer to you, it would have been damaging, but he does it up high on the statue. And the creature goes, oh, and topples off the statue, falling into the fountain with a heavy splash of water, at which point a man says, no, wait, don't hurt it. It's mine. And comes, and he's dressed in a patrician's toga, and he's got slightly long fingernails and sort of perfectly kempt hair, but now it's frazzled because he's been running and sweating and he's not used to it, and his belly is bouncing. He's like, don't hurt him. He's mine. The City Watch, they're looking around, they say, well, who are you, sir? He says, I'm Arageus, you know me. Ah, yes. Hello, Patrician Arageus. Yes, I bought that. It was, I bought it from Crispus Crintonius. He brought it to me from Sipharon. Who is this Crispus Crintonius? The guardsman says. He's a merchant. He does exotic animals back and forth. I hear he's taking a whole troop, like 30 or 40 beastmen up to Sipharon tomorrow. Ah, I see. And did he secure a permit with the city for this thing? A permit? Sir, I don't need any permit. I'm a patrician of the Empire. So they start to wander off in their own direction. Meanwhile, the creature has gotten up and is looking around very angrily. What do you want to do?
I'm going to kind of sidle around the edge of the plaza behind people and whatnot to get behind him.
Okay.
From a distance. I'm not nothing aggressive.
All right. So
Maybe my bow being out.
Okay, so the thing kind of looks around, and then it sees the wizard that was waving its hands at it, and it starts doing the ape run towards the wizard. So
I'll step in front of it with shield and go full defense.
Tyrenius is yelling at the patrician, how do you control this thing? As I'm
I haven't
diving away.
finished training yet. All right, so I guess it will attack you there, Grant. You said you have full defense, so what's your AC?
My AC is 7.
So I'd be 9 with full defense. Okay. So let's see what this guy has to hit you with here. So he's attacking at a... Okay, so he misses. All right. So he swings a big, heavy fist at you and then does a snarling bite, but neither one is able to get through your defenses. So
is there a way to do non-lethal damage with a bow? Like shooting the leg or something?
Yeah, you can. It's just you take a -4 to hit.
I'll try doing some non-lethal. Take a non-lethal shot at it.
Go ahead, Quinn.
And since I'm behind it, do I get the ambushing?
No, because it's not surprise. To ambush, you have to surprise them. Yeah, it's not backstab.
Would this creature have suffered any blast damage?
It did. I rolled it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, Jonathan.
Hoping to get some ambush out of there, but that's okay. It's all good. Still figure out my new skill set.
No, it's good. Yeah, you get +2 to hit from behind. So minus 2
total.
overall.
All right, I'll add it to them.
That's a good hit. Okay. So out of nowhere, Ardravis has this sturdy longbow, pulls it back, arrow goes flying through and hits the ape right in its Achilles tendon, and it just topples over backwards and starts whimpering. And the patrician runs forward. He's like, "It's okay, it's okay." And he's petting it on the head. And he's like, "I will, of course, pay gold to compensate everyone for this terrible, terrible. It's okay. It's okay." All right. The City Watch says, "Thank you very much for your assistance with this. Nice banner." Are you the Imperial Vanguard, the great heroes of the Borderlands?
No, we're the Grey Brotherhood.
Ah.
The greater heroes.
A bold claim, sir, but I will take you at your word for it, given your deeds this day. All right, so the City Watch is dispersing everybody, and you see Torin Radok and Griffin Russell have come out of the blacksmithery, the metalworks, to watch all the excitement taking place. Griffin Russell kind of waves at you guys.
Okay, drummers, to the dwarf.
All right, so as a reminder, Griffin is an exceptionally unattractive Rornish youth, red-haired with bad acne, asymmetrical face, ungainly nose, drooping eyes, bad teeth, and a nasal voice. He has a face designed to wear a helmet. So the dwarf, Rodok, is a burly fellow, barrel-chested. That looks to be, he's probably in his early hundreds. Brown skin, black and gray hair and beard. He has a wide nose with carefully cultivated and abundant nose hairs. And he sees Griffin gawking at you guys and smacks him on the back of the head and says, "Get back in the shop, light up the forges again." And Griffin kind of slumps and goes in. And then Rodok says, "Honored customers, welcome to the finest metalworks in Sidonos."
Master Dwarf, well met. I am Castinus of the Grey Brotherhood. We come to speak specifically to you.
He says, "You have come to the right man, then. I am Torrid Rodok of Rodok Steelworks, proprietor of this storefront." And he looks at you in your sort of palanquin and he says, "Do you need custom prosthetics? I have helped many disabled adventurers."
No, we come seeking the finest weapons and armor. Nothing else will do.
All of my weapons and armor are fine. The only thing that's not fine is my apprentice.
Master Dwarf, may I speak with you privately?
Of course.
Put me down.
They lower you down. You kind of get up all shaky.
Master Dwarf, I understand that the quality of the weapons and armor that you make is without peer. I seek these for our band, our brotherhood, and our company.
It is true that from time to time I've made a masterwork item or two.
What is it? You know what I desire. What is it that you desire?
Roll 2d6 for me and add your charisma and diplomacy. So I think it's +3 total. Okay. He says, "I would be willing to accept a commission to make masterwork for you on one condition."
State it.
"You must find someone who will buy out the contract of this miserable, useless sack of shit of an apprentice."
What is the cost?
I bought his contract for 300 gold pieces. I'll sell it to you for 50.
We will take him as our armorer and our soldier.
No, and I have two conditions to make sales to you. One, buy this contract of him. Two, he's not allowed to touch anything I sell you.
Fair enough, Master Dwarf.
All right then. Well, let's get down to details. What sort of weaponry or armor are you talking about here?
I'm interested. What do you have anything available now?
He says, "Masterwork? No, I only make that on commission."
What about a suit of the finest plate armor, one that would be able to grant its wearer an even greater sense of protection than a normal suit of armor?
Of course. Let's see. Well, suit of armor like that is very expensive. It would take me several months to craft. I'd have to custom make it. It would be 710 gold pieces.
710.
Now, I could, if you want, I could make you a suit of plate armor That's as strong and sturdy as regular plate, but lighter, custom fitted to you to reduce encumbrance. That's a less challenging proposition. I can get that done for 140 gold. And we'll have it in 6 weeks. So in other words, you can have plate armor at AC 7, encumbrance 6, or plate armor with armor class 6, encumbrance 5.
Yep. Got it. Master Dwarf, what about arrows and crossbow bolts of the most deadly design?
Let's see. I could do, in a month's time, I could fletch 20, or I could forge 20 arrowheads of the sharpest steel. Would be 80 gold.
Weapons of silver.
Weapons of silver I have. What do you need?
I will return within the month for any weapons of silver that we will need. But
he says I have silver daggers and silver arrows. Good. Silver doesn't work well on larger weapons. It's too soft.
How many silver arrows do you have available for purchase now?
He said I have 15.
Okay.
5 gold pieces each.
Correct.
Okay. Are you just writing stuff down to decide, Sean, or?
Yeah. Well, what I'm getting is I'll talk with the group before we make a big one. But I could, so for right now, we will buy out Griffin's contract, take him as a henchman, and take all 15 of the silver arrows.
Okay, great. So you buy Griffin's contract? Okay.
And
all right. So Griffin kind of sheepishly comes forward and he says, are you going to be the ones teaching me smithing now?
You're smithing. You will be an adventurer now.
Oh,
I'm smithing.
Can I have a helmet?
Yes, absolutely.
Heavy one.
Yeah, heaviest. Master Dwarf, what about darts made of silver?
That's an interesting idea.
Would you be able to make? Could we commission you to make some in the month?
Yes, I think I could make that. That would be, I think it would be 20 gold pieces for 5 silver darts.
We will commission those now. Pick them up in the month.
So it will only take me 2 weeks to make those.
Okay.
No. Huh. I forget how skilled I am. It will only take me a week. As a grandmaster, his construction rate is 80 gold pieces of
Yeah. Okay. Master Dwarf, we will see you back in a week, and we will talk more then.
He says, excellent. I look forward to it.
Griffin, get your stuff.
I look at the dwarf and say, Master Dwarf, one quick question. I know that you work finely in steel. If I were looking to have a sigil painted on my shield, do you have any contractors that you work for that can provide that service?
Of course. What sigil do you wish painted on your shield?
I would like the sigil of the Grey Brotherhood with a small addition. Down at the bottom, a bloody hand with half of its fingers and thumb.
Oh, okay, I can do that. I can arrange for that to be done. Let me just make some notes. And he takes out he goes back inside. He comes out with like a chalk tablet, and he kind of like gives a sketch of the banner of you guys, and then he says, "Now, was it a right hand or a left hand?"
Left hand.
Right, left hand. Which fingers were missing?
Half of all of them.
Oh, grievous injury.
It was a grievous injury.
I see you've recovered from it, though. Powerful magics must have been at work.
Indeed.
All right. I should have that done for you within a week. He says, we will call that 5 gold pieces.
Done.
Okay, awesome. So was there anything else you guys wanted to do? You had mentioned, I have a couple things you had sent me pre-game.
We got rid of the orcs. We got Griffin. We got some masterwork weapons. We'll go back and get some more of those.
So you had mentioned you wanted to go to the Mercenaries Guild.
Well, and so I think let's get stuff checked out at the tower.
Okay.
We got plenty of gold, so we can get that checked out. Yep, and
all right,
and commission the banner.
Okay, so the banner will cost you 12 gold pieces, and it will take about 1 week to be woven.
Okay.
Okay, so that's no problem. So so you guys go over to the Traveler's Chandlery, which is the largest store in the plaza of the Pantheon that focuses on goods for adventurers, travelers, traders, and outriders. And a greasy 51-year-old man with a large bald patch covered up by thinning comb-over greets you. And he says, "Welcome, honored customers. I am Sigillo, the Chandler." And he says, "Oh, Mandonio, how are you?" Mandonio says, "Hey, I'm good, Sigillo." He says, "How can I help you?"
We seek commissioning of a banner.
Of course. All of the best banners in town have been commissioned here at this chandlery. I can assure you of this.
Andreas has our design.
Okay, so Tyrannius has posted up a piece of paper for me to see, and I'm not sure why. Okay, so Andreas presents the design, and he's kind of looking at it, and he says, "Can you leave this with me so that we can make sure we replicate it perfectly and make it all fit?"
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Return in 1 week's time. I will have it for you.
Does he have like journal books? You know, the books, just a writing book, not a spell book, but a journal kind of a thing. He said he had all sorts of traveling stuff. I'd like to buy a journal book.
A journal book? Of course I have a journal book. It says, do you want it in vellum, parchment, papyrus?
Whatever travels best. I would probably know what travels best. I don't know, but
He says,
Jonathan doesn't know what travels best.
in this climate, vellum is best.
Vellum.
Yes. 10 gold pieces for this wonderful book.
Okay. Got it.
All right. So, Jonathan, that is a folded vellum notebook used for writing ship's logs, maps, illustrations, and bookkeeping entries, 50 pages, based on the historical Roman Pugillares Membranae.
Yeah, the intention was Gwenfor was going to get one of those a while ago, but I always forgot, and so that's going to be the Annals of the Grey Brotherhood there. In game.
Officially the Annals. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Or in world.
Up until now, they were a living tradition.
That's right. So there may be some inaccuracies.
That's all right. Some inaccuracies may be introduced.
Higlak will go ahead and pick up a backpack.
You've already got one.
All I have is a small sack.
Oh, okay.
There's one in the party stash. There's actually two in the party
I'll
stash.
take the one out of the party stash.
Yeah, it's party stash.
Yeah. Okay.
There's two in the party stash.
Yeah, you got
One,
plenty.
one belonged to Zapiros.
Okay.
One was
So the
Gwenfor's.
other, I also had you guys down as wanting to go to the Mercenary Guild house. You had said you wanted to get memberships or something.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
I think, but before we go in there, I think we should just pay everybody becomes a member. It's going to be what, 14, it's going to be 140 gold for the year. So
It's like 12 gold per person per year.
yeah, for 12. Okay. So about 150. Thoughts?
It's great.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. So you head over to the Mercenary Guild House, which is down here at 14. Yeah. All right. So
Sorry about that. I had the wrong screen.
no problem. The Mercenary Guild House is a white limestone structure with bronze reinforced cedar doors. Within is a training hall, in the center of which is a bronze statue of a winged blade dancer encircled by a ring of barracks and offices. You see a man, looks to be in his early 50s with a scarred face and a deep voice, is leading young soldiers through a training regimen. He's like, left slash, right slash, left cut, thrust, left slash, you! That was a right slash. Backhands him. Comes over to you guys. He says, oh, hello, Grey Brotherhood. It is good to see you again. You, of course, remember me, Stodius Mal, guildmaster of this humble establishment.
Yes. We seek to have all of our members join the guild.
All of them?
All of them.
Are they all able-bodied? We understand. We don't take any cripples.
No.
If you get crippled after you're a member, you can stay a member. But you can't start as a cripple.
What do you mean?
He just wants to make sure, because they pay you if you get crippled, so they need to make sure you're not crippled before you join.
Oh, no.
Right. Yeah. Sort of like buying house insurance. He wants to make sure your house isn't already on fire before he sells it. Yeah. All right. So he kind of like looks everyone over. He comes up to Griffin. Are you sure you want this one?
He's a member.
Griffin's like, that's right. I'm a member. Okay. So he says, well, guild membership dues are 12 gold pieces a year.
Okay.
So 14 of you, it looks like.
Oh.
So 164 gold pieces.
164.
He says, we're primarily a mutual aid society. We pay out funds when members are captured, crippled, or slain. We pay 100 gold pieces for loss of life, 40 gold pieces for a ransom to secure your freedom, 40 gold pieces for loss of an arm, 30 gold pieces for loss of a leg, 10 for loss of an eye, and 5 for loss of a finger, toe, and ear. Members can stay in our lodgings here in the guild house at a cost of just 1 silver piece a night. And of course, you have access to check for contracts posted by potential employers.
Yes, we will be one of the finest mercenary companies in the borderland. Mark my words.
Your words have been marked. May the gods shine on your boast. Okay. Anything you guys want to do next?
I think the next thing is the tower for having items checked.
Okay.
Is there a reduced cost for tower members?
Is there a reduced cost for tower members? No, they get access to certain things, but they still have to pay for the services. No. Okay. So heading over.
Willie, I also put Windfor's spell book inside the party stash. So we took that from him before the burial. So I don't know if that's of any use to you or what else we can do with it.
Could be useful in the future.
Okay.
Yeah, I think right now he knows how many spells do you know right now?
3.
3. Yeah. Yeah. What are the 3?
Slumber, Thunderclap, and Wall of Smoke.
Right. Yeah. So he has all the spells in his slots currently filled.
Okay.
Okay. So heading over to the Tower of Knowledge then. So you step into the tower and it's a monastic order. It's a 3-story building. This chapter house is a 3-story building that was originally an elven temple to Talesian, the god of wizardry, cognate with the Aran Istrius. It's got living quarters, libraries, laboratories, meeting halls, and apparently some sort of a basement arena is the word on the street. On the first floor is where they have a storefront of sorts with chest-high windows cut through a hardwood wall, where people interested in commerce with the thaumaturgists, sages, and alchemists of the tower can interact. And a bored-looking apprentice waves hello, and he says, "Hello, welcome to the Tower of Knowledge."
Maybe we have Terenius lead with the things that we want to have checked.
Okay.
Okay, awesome.
Where is the latest copy of our list for that? Is it in Discord?
I can probably copy it over there, I think. No, that did not copy well. I have it in Excel. Well, I'll send it by email if you got that email, but I can't pull up that email right now.
Might have it.
Yeah, I've got it.
We've got a scroll, a potion, a mace, a shield, and a staff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we also wanted to have them check the standard. I don't think we never had anybody look at the standard that we found, the Imperial standard.
You did not. You did not. Okay.
Maybe it does something.
Right.
I can't believe I missed that when you mentioned it. I was like, yeah, we did check that. We just assumed it's awesome.
We just assumed that it's awesome.
Because it is,
It just defaulted to awesome.
That's right.
I mean,
Imagine it's like 2 years later, we're
Right.
I lost the big battle. It's like, if only someone would have found the standard, and like, what are you talking about?
Right?
Like, you guys have been carrying it for 2 years.
Oh my God. Okay. So what you have is you have a staff made of 2 worked bronze serpents intertwined to form a double helix. You have a mace with a 6-flanged spiked head set at an iron shaft carved with Saharan glyphs. You have a round shield with a spiked boss lacquered with a red maze-like symbol. And then you have a corked vial with a greenish-yellow fluid smelling of chlorine and sulfur. And you have a scroll case.
And we were thinking there was, in addition to that, a golden brooch with a 2-headed dragon.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we'll get that checked too. Good
Yes,
call.
golden brooch with 2-headed dragon. That's right. Yes.
Right.
Okay. So, all right. So you bring them forward, and there's a short exchange as you explain what you want done, and the apprentice goes and gets one of the thaumaturges with some engineering knowledge, and he comes forward and he says, "I can assist you in attempting to identify the magical properties of these items. Spread them out before me, please."
Okay, so we lay them out on I assume there's a large table near us, so we lay them all out.
All right. So he says, the army standard, gorgeous piece of workmanship, but it does not detect as magical, nor does the brooch. The other items, however, are definitely magical. Bring them to me one at a time.
Castus, what do we desire most? Let's start with this.
Let's have the scrolls, or
Yes.
Yeah, the scroll checked first.
Okay. So he opens up the case and whispers a prayer to Istrius, and then unmarks it and starts to read it. And he says, this is 2 separate scrolls.
Ooh.
This scroll is a scroll of necromantic and death magic. Choking grasp, animate dead, and web. And he pushes that aside. He says, the second scroll is a scroll of cure, light injury, holy blessing, and cure disease. Both are written in ancient Zaharan. I fear I cannot allow you to leave with the necromantic scroll.
Okay.
Would you pay us for this necromantic scroll? Would you be doing research with it? Or are you just going to destroy it?
He says, all members of the Tower of Knowledge are pledged to hand over freely to the tower any black magic formula or items they discover. They go to the regent and he destroys them.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, which item is next? So let me drop actually that scroll for you. What you guys?
Inside, Tyrenius feels just a little torn over letting go of that scroll.
That's what
But
you
I
get
know
for letting other people look at your scrolls before you do.
I have to keep up appearances with the party, so I let it
Right.
go.
All right. So that's a divine scroll. So Raymond, but I don't think Raymond speaks Zaharan, does he? Probably not. So you probably can't use that scroll. You might want to sell it.
So, Tyrenius, can you? Oh, I see. None of us can.
Tyrenius can read Zaharan, but he can't use divine magic. Raymond and some of the others can use divine magic. I don't know.
Theodana could, right? But she doesn't.
Theodana does not speak it.
Maybe
And
she doesn't.
Ravilla kind of sneers and says, I speak ancient Zaharan.
Is this something where we have to speak the scroll in the language, or can we have someone transcribe it?
No, you have to speak it in the language.
These are single use, correct?
Single use, yeah. Yeah. So she reaches out her bony old finger. Should I hold on to this then?
Well, I think it's our question is give it to Ravila or cash it in, right?
Right.
Yeah. She has healed us before. We've trusted her with healing.
You know,
I'd say it's not a matter of trust; it's a matter of utility. Is the money worth more than the spell, or vice versa? In a pinch, we've been in some pinches already. Well,
You
I
don't know
haven't,
how much
but,
it's worth. You can ask the guy how much such a thing would be worth.
Yeah, just offhand, if we were to decide to part with this, what would it be worth?
He says, assuming a buyer could be found, it could be sold for probably 3,000 gold pieces.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Assuming a buyer could be found. This is always the tricky problem. Perhaps the Imperial Vanguard would buy it. I understand that they're bold adventurers who often need such items.
That's a mighty good amount of gold there, isn't it?
Willie, if we sell that, we can get you and Andrevis up to the next. I think we can get you up to the next level, can't we?
Yeah, you'll get experience points for that because you haven't used the magic item, so you're selling the magic item. Yeah.
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 All right.
I think
We should sell it.
There is a 25% chance of a buyer appearing if Castinus puts this on the market, of a buyer appearing this month. So put it on the market.
Yep.
Okay. Scroll on the market. 3,000 GP. Okay, awesome. The mage says, "Was there anything else you wished me to identify from among those items?"
We still have a mace.
Mm-hmm. Okay, he looks at the mace and he says, "The runes on this mace are of accuracy and formidability, It is a magic weapon of minor potence. So, game mechanically +1.
Okay. And then the shield.
So he looks at it and he says, if you look here, there are runes of protection carved along the rim as well as on the facing of the boss. I would say it is a shield of protection, again, of minor potency. It would probably be light to wield in battle and more protective than other shields.
We give that one to Raymond. He's going to need it.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
And I was thinking both of them.
Oh, that's true. The mace too. Yeah.
You could use the mace and the shield.
The thaumaturge says, I would recommend, if you intend to bear the shield, that you have it repainted, because it carries on its face the symbol of Nargund, the Dusk Wolf, chaotic god of predation.
Okay.
And then lastly, we have the vial.
You have the vial and the staff.
Oh yeah, vial and stuff.
Okay. So he
Nice.
puts the vial aside, and he says, I will need to talk to one of our alchemists about that. And he says, and then he looks at the staff, and he looks at the staff again, and then he says, please wait right here. And a little bit later, a woman, about late 20s, early 30s, blonde hair, full lips, very attractive, dressed in the robes of the College of Enchantment, which are indigo robes, and she comes forward and she says, "Hello, I am the treasurer of the Tower of Knowledge. My name is Avila Eleanor. My thaumaturge was just telling me you have a staff you're interested in selling to us. We would be happy to purchase it from you for 5,000 gold pieces."
But what is the staff?
Merely something that the tower would like to have.
We never said we were going to sell the staff, did we? We
No.
we were
No, you
just
didn't.
mostly looking for information. So where might you get that idea that we were willing to part with it?
Well, there must be some confusion. Of course, I had assumed you would want to sell this artifact, which really is of trifling use to anyone outside of, certain circles, but could be valuable in the hands of the Tower of Knowledge and its allies. Perhaps we could go as high as 7,500 gold.
These circles of which you speak, who would they be who would be making use of this staff?
She says, 10,000 gold pieces, no questions asked or answered.
Castus, this seems like a rather rare find here.
It does. It really does.
I'll let you think about it, but the offer will expire in 10 minutes. And she struts away. The thaumaturge looks really nervous, and he's like, was there anything else you wanted me to identify?
Why don't you tell us the name of this here staff that you guys lost some time ago?
Give me a reaction roll, Terenius.
Let's see.
He says, it's just she told me really not to go into it with you.
Potentially embarrassing, I see.
No, yes, absolutely. Yes, that makes sense. Yes, definitely. That's what it is.
Ah. Well, gentlemen, maybe we should consult separately from our kind helper. If you give us a moment or two to discuss.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course. I'll get the alchemist to look at this potion in the meantime.
Thank you.
Many thanks.
Yeah. He's like, hey, Bob, smell this. All right.
I don't know what it is, but now I'm inclined to keep it.
Right.
I'm definitely
It's really
inclined
brutal.
to.
10,000 GP. That's just insane.
Yeah.
It's probably worth 2 to 3 times that much, or even one of those, priceless relics that we should never part with once we have it.
Ironically, Alex,
That's what I was thinking. It's like
can you describe it? I must have missed that staff in my notes or something because I'm not remembering which staff this is.
The orichalcum staff.
So it was a. So this was in the gold chest, which had the golden brooch of a 2-headed dragon. It had the corked vial with greenish yellow fluid smelling of chlorine and sulfur. It had the staff made of 2 worked bronze servants intertwined to form a double helix. Probably it got confused because there was the 2-headed dragon and the 2 worked bronze servants.
That's what got me. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting.
Yeah. So it looks like a caduceus, basically, right? Staffs with serpents winding around them.
Perhaps this is some kind of a magical healing staff. I see we weren't entirely in private.
Says the thaumaturge. She was definitely not eavesdropping.
Well,
I say I don't know. I say we keep it.
I say we keep it.
Yeah.
Get a second opinion.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's identify the potion. Let's
All right,
try to
so,
and keep
the alchemist has identified the potion, and he says, yes, a most wondrous alchemical solution. This is a potion of dragon control. He who drinks it can dominate the minds of a worm.
That's not useful at all.
Well, in that case, I'm sure we would be happy to purchase it along with the staff.
It's called sarcasm, my friend. We have
long
a
does
use for it.
How long does the dragon control last?
It depends. Sometimes as long as an hour, 2 hours. Other times it fades very quickly because the dragon shrugs it off. It is not an item to be used without risk.
Encountering a dragon is always fraught with risk.
Well, we know there's a dragon, and then we know there's a dragon further inside the temple.
Yeah. There's also supposedly a dragon that lives near Saidanos. You keep hearing that dragon's tour.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Well, Avella comes back and she says, so have you decided to accept my generous purchase offer of 12,000 gold pieces?
We would be sorely tempted
No,
for
we're
24,000, but no.
All right. Well, your recalcitrance has been duly noted. And she swirls off. Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 240 gold pieces owed for the identifications.
There are some more magical components too, or do you have a plan for that, Sean?
What else do we have?
All those things that were in the meta amphora. There was the frog stuff also that we harvested, but we couldn't put in there.
Yeah, we've got there's 30 gold pieces worth of. I'll just sell those at the market.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You're just going to sell them in the market.
Frog parts and the teeth.
Yep, you can sell those in the market in a day. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So
Great.
Arrhenius goes, so my fellows, it comes to mind that we might want to really keep a close watch on this staff. If it's that valuable, we should keep an eye out that perhaps somebody might decide to avail themselves of it and lighten the load for us.
Mandonio says, the wizard speaks wisdom. I guess that's what wizards do.
From time to time. I can imagine out of the goodness of their heart that that certain people might not want us to accidentally lose it, and so they might decide to take it for safekeeping.
I can hold it, says Zahak the imp.
I pushed him back. That would be the last thing we want. We don't want you tainting it. It's holy, whatever it is.
Raymond, I really like the sigil on your new shield. Good choice.
I mean, well, it's not cursed, so I mean, if Willie wants to carry
guys,
it, you know, I mean,
So
I'm not asking to carry it. I'm not a very strong protector. I'm just thinking that somebody might decide that a wayward adventuring party might come afoul of some beastmen, and we end up losing it.
Yep.
It seems very desirable.
yeah. Well, what you could do, so it's probably this has probably been enough for one game day, so we'll advance to the 26th. But you could take it to the Temple of the Empyreans if it's a healing item, they might be able to help you with it. All right, well, let's advance to the 26th. Okay. And it's too bad Newton's not here because he would be the best person to RP with the temple. But what can we do? Who wants to take the staff to the temple, or whatever else you guys want to do?
Do you want to wait till Sean reconnects?
Okay.
I was going to say, let's have Sean. Sean has the face.
All right, Sean. They want you to take the staff to the temple to see what they can make of it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Marchers to the temple.
All right. So they're carting you over so you get your bed rest because you're always supine, in your, and it's like they rented you one of those super gaudy palanquins. So it's got like the cushions in it and like the shuttered curtains that you can twist to turn the light on and off, and like the silk blinders. And, and all the men have been trained to walk very smoothly so it doesn't bounce. So you're traveling in fine style.
Yes.
And okay. So meanwhile, Raymond is just sitting in the temple praying every day that he doesn't get eaten by evil demons. All right. So Temple of the Empyreans. All right. So the Temple of Empyreans is this 2-story structure of white marble. It's about 65 feet wide, 30 foot deep, tall ceiling supported with a wide arcade of columns adorned with ivory. And it's lively with worshipers offering sacrifices, and there's the hustle and bustle of various crusaders and priestesses and other members of the clergy going past. You are now at this point well known here because you've spent a lot of money with them. And the Reverend Mother Madeline, the highest ranking keeper of the Hearthfire here, is the leader of the temple. So when you arrive, Madeline knows that business is afoot. And so she comes over and she says, "Well met, brothers of the Grey Brotherhood.
Reverend Mother.
Caston, it's good to see you up and about. I see you found a way to do business while having bed rest."
I come to you with a matter of discretion and knowledge.
If it's discretion, then let us retire to my private chambers.
Okay.
So are you going to go with her? You and
yeah,
her?
I think it would be me and Tyrannius.
Okay, you, Tyrannius, and her. Okay.
Yeah.
And then like the staff is like under a robe or something, and then you're going to produce it?
Yes.
All right. So you... and her jaw drops. And she says, "Where did you come upon this?"
In our adventures in ridding the borderlands of beastmen, and as we were delving an ancient temple.
She says, "This is a very powerful staff, a staff of healing. Every day, it can heal those it touches, though no one can benefit more than once a day from the staff. There is no limit to the number it can help.
That's incredibly powerful.
Is she talking just hit points?
Yeah, it heals hit points, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Tell us what you know. Tell us the history that you know of this staff.
Oh, it is not a singular artifact. Many such were made during the Imperial War because they were so useful in battle. With one such staff, an entire company of men could be restored to fighting shape and sent back into the field. It is a powerful item. Not many of them are left. This one looks to be extremely old. Where did you say you found this?
Deep in the Viaspen.
Interesting. She says, do you know the command word?
No.
Oh. Well, the staff is useless without its command word.
How could we divine it?
She says, if you have funds and you leave it with me, I could probably divine it in a moon's time.
I think that's Tyrannius. I think I think we do that.
Yes. We're not selling it to you, of course, or anything of that sort. We're seeking assistance in using its power to fight the Beastmen.
Yes. She says, I understand, and it is clearly placed where the gods intended it to be. I will say nothing more of commerce with you. However, there is a great expense involved in the research, and I will need 2,000 gold pieces in funds for various rare herbs and other sacrificial materials that must be expended in order to decipher this item.
Well,
I think
you could give her the scroll.
We can come up with, I say, Reverend Mother, give me the better part of a week, and I can come up with the funds. That will be fine.
Wonderful.
That will be fine.
Wonderful. I will look forward to unlocking the secrets of this powerful relic with you.
Okay.
Blessings of Meteor be upon you.
Yes, same to you.
She goes out to do more cleric stuff. Okay. All right, what's up next?
I think the next thing on our list is to have
Tyrannius drawing tower knowledge.
When should we check to see if we can move the scroll for this month?
Oh, yeah. So go ahead and roll it, Sean. Roll 1d100.
Is low or high the goal?
Low, 25% or less. No. Yep. All right. So you have your contacts indicate there's no one in the city that's interested in purchasing it right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think the next thing we do is we could probably just fast forward time until Tyrannius goes to the tower, and then I think the next thing is going to be the trip to Turo's Town to grab the stuff and get it back.
Sounds great. Okay, so Tyrannius, it is the 27th, and as required, at precisely noon, you arrive at the Tower of Knowledge, and a young apprentice leads you up the stairs, down a winding, circuitous staircase, past an area where you see wizards practicing magic and into a council room. And in the council room are two men waiting for you. The first is a man, looks to be in his mid to late 30s. He has long hair and an aquiline nose. The other man is younger than him, but looks older in a sense. He has a very gaunt, skull-like face with very, very thin fingers. And both of them are in the black robes of the College of Summoning. And the first man speaks, and he says, I am the regent, Ethos Iskanakeos, and this is my provost, Iskias Dread. You have applied to membership in the Tower of Knowledge. He starts to flip through some paperwork. I see that you were trained in the tower, so you will already know that we are organized by geography into chapters and by specialty into colleges. Artifice, divination, enchantment, illusion, summoning, transmogrification, and war. To which college do you wish to apply?
To that of War, Regent.
To qualify for the College of War, you must either be a battle magician or an elementalist. Which are you?
An elementalist, Regent.
What is your element?
Air, Regent.
An air wizard. Do we have an air wizard? No. Excellent. Now you will be tested on matters of astronomy, magic, and morality. Your first question. Provost? The provost leans forward, skull face, and he says, imagine a wizard is born under the sun sign of the Empress and the moon sign of the Manticore. How will the stars influence his personality?
In these ways, Regent, because of the influence of the Empress sun sign, he'll be very commanding and ruthless, dignified but vengeful when wrong. Because of the influence of the Manticore moon sign, he will be courageous but violent. This appears to be a man with a formidable destiny ahead of him.
I see that you are not unskilled in the ways of astrology, but I doubt you can answer this question. A ball of fire created by a spell of the third circle of power has a radius of 10 feet. If the ball of fire is targeted at a company of 120 men arrayed in a formation 60 feet wide and 40 feet deep, approximately what percentage of the company can be struck by this fireball? Do not consult an abacus.
Serenius looks somewhat insulted at the suggestion. The ancient geometers long ago deciphered the secret ratio by which a radius yields an area, knowing that an area to be equal to 3 1/7 times the square of the radius. Therefore, with a radius of 10 feet, this ball of fire would cover an area of approximately 314 square feet, or approximately 1/8 of the area occupied by the company. 12.5%.
That is correct. Yes, well, your final question. Your final question cannot be answered with mere mathematics. Second to final question, actually. While researching for a project for your master, you discover that he has illicit copies of necromantic spells concealed within black grimoires. What do you do?
Regent, if that were the case, I should immediately report him to the provost of the chapter house of the tower. But if the provost was my master, I should report him to the regent. Necromancy is never tolerated in any of its forms within the Tower of Knowledge.
That is correct.
And
now the final...
Wish Zahak down.
Right. Now the final question that all initiates of Istrius must be able to answer. A riddle few can solve. What is no sooner spoken than broken?
No sooner spoken than broken. A secret vow, Regent. A promise made.
He stands up. Welcome to the Tower of Knowledge.
And I bow very deeply and say, thank you, Regent and Provost.
Okay. So he snaps his fingers, and a young apprentice brings out a red robe for you of the College of War, and they drop it on you. The apprentice says, they'll bill you for the robe on your next dues payment. And fastens it around you, and everyone congratulates you, and liquor is opened up and everything.
And I show off my red robe.
Yes. Okay.
Conveniently
Cool.
wearing.
You are now a
Awesome.
member of the Tower of Knowledge.
Oh, that is
Woohoo!
great.
Yes, very good.
I think
Okay.
the second question wasn't that answered in the video you did a couple weeks ago about
Yes.
battlefields?
Yeah, it was.
I thought so. I can't remember the answer.
Yeah. Yep, that's right. I was like, I may as well illustrate ACKS, game mechanics while I'm doing this.
I could do a phone a friend.
Hang on, let me check. You said I couldn't use an abacus, but can I use my smartphone? All right. So you guys, on the next day, then the 28th, time to head out to, to Turos Tem.
Yep.
Okay. So, to your misfortune, you wake up on the 28th and it is already hot. And you realize this is going to be one of the most sweltering hot days of the summer. The temperature is already in the high 90s, and it's early morning, and it will climb to well above 100 degrees Fahrenheit during the day. The sky is clear, and the sun is just baking you. So if you travel today, your speed is halved. And if you're wearing heavy armor like plate, you have to make a death saving throw each hour or become fatigued. You also have to have 25% extra water or become dehydrated.
I would say let's
Just
wait a day and see
wait a
if the
day.
heat passes.
Yep. Okay.
We can spend a day at the market buying those other things that Sean still had on his list of like little
totally.
knickknacks.
All right. That's fine. All right. Well, the next day is Acebalin the First, officially the first day of summer. So that's very exciting. So this is actually it's actually a festival week, which is the Yep. So the week of Acebalin 1 to 7 is the celebration of the day, a celebration of the undying sun, because it's the summer solstice. So basically no business will be conducted this week. You can still travel if you'd like, but no business is getting done. It's like Carnival, or more like midsummer in Sweden, I suppose.
Okay.
And
I give you guys. I give you. You're gonna take the cart and the mules, and I'm sending with you one of the glass eyes and one of the unholy symbols.
Wait,
and 500 rupees.
Jenna, wait. We don't get the celebration of the undying sun off? Mandoniel has always taken the celebration of the undying sun off.
oh boy.
Horaeus says, I too usually spend the week in prayer to the Aminar.
Oh, what the heck?
Fine, let's party.
All right.
That's
Thanks to
very inconvenient.
thanks to the curiosities seller, we got plenty of gold. So okay, yeah, we'll take another week.
All right. So it's also been a new month, so it's time to pay wages to your henchmen.
Okay.
So Avarice is dead, so we have Avaro 25. Jenna is now So 100.
Just go down. Because I'm in the session 9, so I'll just yeah, just read them off, Alex, and I'll put them in.
Yep. All right. So Avro 25.
25.
Let's see. Hang on. So let's see. Agalor is 25. So Griffin has only worked for you for 4 days, so he would be 1.
Okay.
Okay. Horaeus is 25. Jenna Vale, 25. Mandonio, 25. Revilla, 25. And Zayadana, 25.
Yeah, so it's everybody.
Yeah.
I suppose in this week of reveling would make no sense to be doing any studying either. We probably have to end up reveling as well. Otherwise, we're a bunch of grouches.
So, yeah, also you guys have to pay for your own living expenses if you want to keep up appearances of being, cool
Yes.
adventures on the make. So that will be 25 from each of you as well. So there's so another 120.
It's basically 14 times 25.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have the money?
Let's see.
350 gold.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. So Mandonio comes back on the 2nd of Acevelin back to the Stone Tankard Inn, and he says, Mandonio is now ready for adventure, having lost all of his pay in the gambling tables on the celebration.
Speaking of which, could Jenna do a gambling session?
Jenna is who I lost them to. Thank you.
Oh, never mind.
Jenna comes in and she's like blinged out with like a silk tunic and like a headdress and holding an expensive bottle of wine. And she's like, oh, would you like some wine, Mandonio? What have I done to deserve this disrespect?
He's had enough whining already.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, that was a good one, Master. I can see my sharp influence on you. All right. Well, we can fast forward to the week of revelry and move on to, unless you guys want to try and look for trouble in that week.
No. Higlak learned his lesson with a hand.
It's true. It's true.
pretty cool
All right,
shield
well,
out of it, though.
Indeed.
That's true. All right. Let me see if trouble finds you anyway. So just give me 1 sec here. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Unless it's the Kako demon.
Yeah, that is the problem.
Yeah, but Raymond's not coming with us. Coming with him. Like Castinus and Raymond are staying behind.
Oh, and this is during the week of partying. I think he's rolling for.
Oh,
To see if Kako finds us in town.
Oh, I got you.
Okay. So,
The look on Alex's face is telling.
right. I know. It's so bad. It's so bad.
It's 42 more brigands.
I'm feeling trouble finding us.
Okay. All right. So, you guys are out enjoying the revelry in the Plaza District. It's, again, I mean, you've all seen the movies with like the Roman Bacchanalias and medieval carnival, and it's that kind of festive atmosphere. So, poles are erected and girls are dancing around on them, and there's flower garlands and, sacred fires burning, and just the whole thing is completely over the top and excessive and very spiritual. And as you guys are making your way through to these important spiritual practices, you spot a man doing something quite interesting. He is setting up an easel, and and as he sees Castinus coming by on his incredible palanquin, the painter stands up. He says, "Wait, please. Let me paint you. I had come to the plaza to paint the most interesting people I could see, and no one could be more interesting than you. Look at this marvelous group."
Very well.
All right. So he says, excellent. Please be seated. It will take about 5 hours. All right. So it's okay. So he
Was he speaking to just Castinus or who?
all of you guys.
And everybody. Yeah.
So all right. So he starts painting you guys, and the painting he finishes it 5 hours later as the sun is setting, and the painting is awesome. It is just one of the best paintings you've ever seen. And he says, "I'm Ivanos Pir, renowned Nichain painter. I have come to Southern Argyle in order to find the most interesting things I can to paint." He says, "Would you like to purchase the painting? I will sell it to you for 500 gold pieces. Otherwise, I will put it up for auction at my next show."
Come here, artist. Let me show you something.
Okay, so he comes over to you.
Yes. I say, I will. Here is my offer to you for this painting. Here are 11 glass eyes recovered from an ancient temple. Take a look at them. Each one of them is worth 30 gold pieces.
He looks at them. All right, Sean, give me a bargaining check here.
Okay.
So
Let's see. Okay, it's just a D20.
2d12 or 2d6 rather. 2d6.
Oh, 2d6. Okay.
Yeah. Reaction roll with your bargaining skill added in. So you're at +3. Ten. He says, "My friend, I can go as low as 450 gold pieces for this painting, but by my math, these eyes are worth only 330.
They are. I will also offer you 2 of these extravagant holy and unholy symbols. Each of them, I would say, is worth 50 gold. So 100.
I will take it.
2 of the silver symbols and all of the glass eyes.
Okay. Excellent.
Day was this?
So this was on a Sevelin 3, third day.
It would just an aside. It would have taken me 3 months to try to move all that stuff, even with just because there's like so many of the components to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
fine. All right.
And
So
he's a painter who loves exotic things, and so it's like a perfect
And
mark.
now we have a painting for us. We'll put it in the headquarters building.
Yes. All right. So you have it back in your apartments right now. And okay. So let's see.
I think long-term ambition, middle-term ambition, because eventually we'll want to have domains and whatnot, but middle-term ambition, I think we should have some sort of building that's our own headquarters that we can put all this cool stuff in.
Yep, we're gonna have to establish. I've been thinking about that. Something.
Yeah, definitely.
We should talk about where we want to do it. If it's inside Anos or Toros Tem or someplace else too.
Yeah, or Cipheron. Yeah.
Paint him like one of your French girls.
I know, right?
How did I know that was Grant?
The Titanic reference had to be made.
All right.
That one might be too much of a challenge for Mid-Journey to replicate. I think that one's beyond me.
Yeah.
But the mule one, at least the banner we got. So.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So it's on the 7th day of Acevelin. You are, making your way down through the last winding days of the festival, and the town crier is announcing the news of the day. Do you wish to stop and listen, and risk potential trouble, or just keep on about your business?
Our heroes were always interested in trouble, right?
Yeah. Why not?
So you're going to, you're going to stop and listen?
Sure, why not?
Okay. So, all
Let's
right.
tempt fate.
Let's tempt fate. And he says, Hobgoblin raiders have been spotted near Dragon's Tor. By order of the Palatine Theramus Ogillion, adventurers who dispatch these creatures shall be entitled to the spoils of their victory, free of Imperial taxation. And then he pauses, looks around, he says, the acclaimed and triumphant adventuring company known as the Imperial Vanguard seeks shield bearers, squires, and other retainers. If you have the honor, discipline, and courage to serve our sponsor of today's messages, leave word at the Mercenaries Guild. Then he says, Ivanos Pier, renowned Nichian painter, was found dead this morning, murdered by a jealous lover. His works are now considered to be among the most valuable in the Empire due to his tragic death at such a young age.
Oh, man.
Everybody's going to want to steal the staff and the painting.
We're walking targets. Oh my goodness. Hey, Cassius, we wanted to hire a thief.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you
I
already
just had
put
a
the
thought.
word out.
Oh,
Yeah,
because I just had a thought. We can sign up to the town crier, give him a few gold coins, and say we're the Grey Brotherhood's hiring a thief. Or I don't
You
know.
absolutely can do that.
We could just tug on his toga. It's like, hey.
You want to do that?
that.
You can.
That would be
No.
hilarious.
We can do it
okay.
in style. We'll do it in style. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so
I will follow your lead.
So on in the evening of the 7th, as you finally head back and the sun sets and the festival officially ends at sunset on the 7th, when you get back to the Stone Tankard Inn, there's someone waiting there for you. And it is a slender Sumerian woman with long dark hair, dusky skin, pearly teeth, and dark eyes. And she is dressed in leather armor with a red cloak. And she has a short sword and a dagger hanging at her hip, a short bow hung on her back, and a throwing dagger strapped to her boot. And she stands up with a flourish, and she says, "You must be the Grey Brotherhood."
Yes, we are. Present yourself.
She bows and she says, "I am Skandara the Red. My father was the famous buccaneer of the Cernassos Islands, Skandarius the Black. I was born at sea and grew up a pirate. But after father was hung for piracy, I decided it might be best to leave the Cernassos Islands. So I stowed away in a vessel bound for southern Argyle, which is the furthest point from the Cernassos. I now find myself in need of new employment.
Tell us what you can do.
She says, well?
Or show us.
She says, I've never yet met a treasure chest I can't unlock. I'm graceful on my feet, a swashbuckling fighter, a skilled climber. I'm everything you need. They don't call me Skandara the Red because I'm dull. They call it because of the red blood from when I... Never mind.
I asked Jenna. Jenna, what say you?
Jenna says, I don't think we need another female thief in this party.
I leaned over to Cassius and said, I like this one. We should keep her.
I agree. If nothing
Jenna's
else,
like,
yeah, she has to look for sure.
Jenna's like, not a fan. Thumbs down from me. Massimo says, don't be jealous, man. I would love both of you.
Well,
She has really good teeth, says Ravilla. She said,
come back tomorrow. The Brotherhood will discuss.
She says, fine, you discuss, but don't wait too long. There are countless people who I am reaching out to. She flourishes, flounces out.
We will see you on the morrow.
Okay.
I say we hire her.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, anyone that Alex role plays well is always worth. Well, in essence, unless it's that poop farmer and his dog Isk. I forget the.
Oh, I loved him. He was my favorite.
The rat catcher?
Yeah, the rat catcher.
Yeah, that's what it was. Oh, there was a poop farmer and a rat catcher. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was the poop farmer with the
goodness.
gong farmer, and then there was the rat catcher, Scavenus Ormir with the dog. Yeah, Sagasimo was the gong farmer.
Sagasm.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, I say Jenna. This means that this means that you get to switch off. So with Avarice gone, we'll need someone in the front and someone in the rear, and you guys can switch off. It's going to be good to have someone else that you can work with.
Massimo says she likes it in the rear. She stops. Horaeus and Raymond are having a whispered conversation about whether or not this sort of profanity should be permitted in the group. All right. Well, Skandara arrives the next morning on the 8th, and she says, I present myself as requested, ready to be your fearless companion and right-hand woman.
Welcome. Please
Should
bring your...
try to hire her. Should I?
What's
mean,
that?
who are you thinking? Who should hire her for the henchman?
Who's going to make the hiring check for her?
Yep.
Am I doing
Yeah,
it?
or Higlak or Andreas.
Or Higlak.
One of you guys.
Do you want to go for it, Grant, or shall I?
I mean, I need a new minion since Avarice is gone, but I also have like the worst charisma ever. So, what do you?
So should I go for it?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, remember that just because it's technically the character works for Jonathan, in actual practice and gameplay, it's easy to split it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys. Okay, so go ahead, Jonathan. Make your reaction roll to hire. You get +2 because of your high charisma.
Woo. Let's hope it pays off this time.
You're the only extroverted explorer in the history of ACKS.
There we go.
Yeah, that's great. All right, so
Welcome.
she says, of course, I would be honored to take service with you, Andravis. And
Excellent. We shall slit many throats together.
25 gold pieces.
Excellent. All right, so we will. Okay, and Jonathan. All right, I've dropped her into the folder for you so you can see her.
Those are some decent stats.
Yeah, she's not bad. She's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yep.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, she's a good
She
archer.
she got swashbuckling, so we need to keep her in light leather armor or less.
Yeah.
And seafaring, so if we ever decide to go out at sea,
She says, "Indeed, I was born on a ship, raised on a ship. My sea legs are so good that I can keep my perfect balance even when a capsizing wave strikes a galley. Sometimes." Okay. So with that hired, I guess, so everyone except Raymond and Castanus are going to head out on the road, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And Horaeus, right?
Horaeus is staying
And Horaeus,
beyond.
that's right. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's get the Borderlands up. Okay, so you guys only move 3 hexes a day because Castanus was your wagoneer who let you move 4 hexes a day with the wagon. So it's only 3 hexes without him. So it'd be 1, 2, 3 after the first day's travel. So it is a hot day, but not quite sweltering. It's about 94 degrees, not enough to pose game mechanical penalties, just enough to be unpleasant and sweaty in the hot southern Argolay summer. There's a gentle breeze coming from the ocean, which is nice, and partly cloudy skies. The day passes relatively uneventfully. It seems that most people are still recovering from the excesses of the celebration of the undying sun, and nobody is really on the roads right now.
Why it's good.
Yep. Okay. All right. So next day on the 9th, you guys continue your travels. Okay, it's actually here. Okay. As let's see, you've gone to the hexes, so that would be 2/3 of the day, which is about 6 hours. So, okay, so it's about 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and you're on the road to the northeast. You can see the Viamere marshes. To the south, the great Lusalon forest, and up ahead in the road is a broken down wagon that is blocking the road. And it's the road here is relatively close on all sides to trees and swamp.
Okay.
There's some brush.
Is there anybody at the wagon? Are there any humans in sight?
Looking closely, you think you see a hand coming out from underneath the wagon.
I tell everybody, archers at the ready.
Okay.
It could be a legitimate distress, could be an ambush.
Yep. And I want to keep the main group back. Who all do we have? Myself, and who all do we have that would be a good frontline fighter with us? Maybe Mandonio.
Aguilar,
Avero.
Avero. Oh,
Yep.
sorry. Go ahead.
No. Haraeus. Oh no, Haraeus stayed back. That's right.
Reyes stayed back. So Aguilar and Avero and Mandonio
Okay.
will move forward to investigate.
Okay, so let me go ahead and just drop all y'all onto this map here and invite you over. Okay, so this is your group, unless and Zayadon is missing. This is your group. Okay.
Yeah, and Raymond should not be there.
And Raymond should not be there.
Okay. I'm not seeing the map. Do I need to reload?
Really?
Same here.
Yep.
Yeah, you have to hit refresh because it's definitely loaded.
And Haraeus should also not be there. Bottom
Haraeus.
left, second from the left.
Yep, that's right. Yep.
Everyone check, make sure their henchmen are there because there's a lot to keep track of.
Yep. So we got
I see your-
Skandara the Red is there, yeah. And Andravis is there. So who did we say was going forward?
The two legionnaires and Higlak and Mandonio, I think you said.
Yep.
Okay, so the fighter types basically.
Yeah. And Griffin is with the mules. That's he's
Yep.
mule duty.
Yeah. Griffin is back with the mules. All right, so the mules are back here. So something like that.
Same with Ravila. She'll stay with the mules.
Ravla is back here with mules. And where's Jenna?
Jenna will be. Yeah, I'll move Jenna even one to the side because she's got precise shooting, so she could shoot in there if need be.
And
Same on the other
looking
side.
at this,
And you can see by the way, I drew the wagon there, right? Yeah.
who
swear?
do we have for a rear guard?
Zeodana is only meleeer we have back.
Yeah, let's put her in the very back then.
Okay. And then let's go ahead and leave Mandonio back there as well.
Okay.
That I'll handle everything with just the two legionnaires.
Okay.
Okay.
Is this on up here? Is this some sort of a mild cliff of some sort?
It's yeah, but it's not really. It's not something that's impassable to you. It's a low cliff.
I'd like to go up on the top side of it up here.
So you want to get up here? Okay, that's interesting. All right, very good, very good. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else?
Also, I'll do some. Can I do like a listen check, or is that done automatically when I'm up there?
You absolutely can stop and listen. Yeah.
I would like to
I gotta
listen,
step
especially
away
once
for
I'm
a
a little bit away
second.
from the gang.
Okay.
This can turn out to be just some old guy who's got pinned underneath a wagon, right?
Right. All right. Did you make your hearing check? It's D20.
No, I haven't yet.
Blind GM.
Blind GM. Okay. There you go.
Okay. All right. So from your position up there on the cliff, you don't hear anything of particular interest. You guys are like, what do we do?
Well, I'll go ahead and cautiously advance towards the cart and telling my two guys to keep an eye out on the flanks.
Like that?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, yep. All right. So at this point, what we are going to do is I need you guys to make a surprise roll for the party. So let's see. We have no elves or anybody else has any surprise benefits except for Andravas Iscarian, who will not be surprised no matter what you guys roll. So Castness, go ahead and roll 1d6 for the party. Oh, you typed ripple instead of roll.
Oh, did it not?
Yeah. Ah, none of you are surprised. Okay. Well, the kobolds sure thought it was a really good plan. And they were in the tree line here. Here.
Oh boy. That's a lot of archers.
Might require my reading glasses.
Okay. So let's yeah, it's a lot of archers, yes.
So 5 on each side. Am I counting that correctly? They sort of blend in a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, they do, yeah. Okay. 5 on each side, yeah. Yes, it is a gang of kobolds. And they say, it's them!
Gotta love that our reputation has preceded us.
Right.
I think we're the Imperial Vanguard again.
I don't. So we're not surprised. Tyrannus, can you see any of them?
From where
'Cause you could
Tyrannus
knock-
is? He can't see them there.
Because if you could see them, you could knock like one of the groups out, probably.
Actually, I guess Tyrannus, you can see them. You can see this group over here. They're 100 feet away from you. But I don't remember if that's in range of sleep or not. Let's take a look of slumber.
That's a good question.
All right, so slumber's range is 180 feet. So yeah, they're in range of slumber if you wanted to try and cast slumber.
Yeah, I would do that then. I would prepare to cast slumber.
Okay, very good. All right, well, Skandara the Red is up first with an initiative score of 8.
All right, she will make something red. Let's see.
All right.
She can probably see on the right-hand side better, I'm guessing. So she'll go.
Whose right-hand side?
I'm sorry, the top. The top. I shouldn't say
Top. Yeah,
I said
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So she will cut loose with her bow at the closest one.
Do it. Oh. She hits AC -1. Yeah, it was 8. She misses. Her arrow goes wild. Jenna Vale is
I messed up blind GM roll. Sorry about that.
Jenna Vale is going to move over to it'll probably take her entire movement to make it over to right next to Andravas. So up there.
Okay. So that is 30. Yeah, that'll be a double move to get up there.
Yeah, that'll be a double move. Okay.
Okay. Zayadana is up.
I'll play Zayadana.
Sure.
She will move immediately in front of Tyrannus and defend.
Okay, got it.
She
All right.
doesn't have a shield, so it's only +2, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
+2 against melee, no defense against archers, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
So. All right. So Tyrenius, Griffin, and a bunch of kobold archers are simultaneous. The kobold archers get to go first because because you guys outnumber them. So we'll start with this one here, shooting Higlak. Missing. And then we will go to this one up here. And he shoots Higlak as well. Oh, there's the hit.
Jeez.
6 points on Higlak.
Wow.
Jam. So Higlak drops to 3 hit points as the arrow pierces through his plate and he groans in pain. Okay. The kobold gives out a cheer. Ah! All right. Tyrenius, what are you doing?
Okay, I am casting Slumber on the group that I can see in that area to the east of me.
Okay. So you're able to do, that's your area of effect. So it looks like you can get 4 of them.
Okay, so it's a 10-foot diameter sphere now.
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
Yes, it is now a 10-foot diameter spear. Targets with 2 hit dice or more get a saving throw. Targets of less than 2 do not get a saving throw.
Yep.
All right. So your slumber spell goes off and a bunch of them drop. He goes to sleep. He goes to sleep. He goes to sleep. And he goes to sleep. Okay. Good job. Griffin Russell. He's back.
He'll step in. Yeah, he'll stay with the mules. Keep him calm.
Okay. Very good. All right. Next up is this kobold archer, and he will shoot at Higlak. Bounces off his armor. Then we have a kobold who is asleep. He will hold. Then I have, he's asleep. This guy is not asleep, so he's also going to shoot at Higlak. Actually, he's going to shoot at Skandara the Red, since she shot at him. Oh! Hits AC 5 for 1 point. So Skandara tries to dance out of the way, but the arrow nicks her, and she gives a little cry of pain. Ouch! Okay. And let's see. Okay, so now it is Andrabus Iscarian and Ravilla the Crone.
Have any of these kobolds not shot yet? I kind of lost track of which ones were shooting.
There are some that haven't shot yet, but if you lost track, you lost track.
And I lost track. Okay. I need to keep my reading glasses on. Can I see the ones down on the south, the lower part,
I think you can.
where I'm at?
From where you are?
Yeah.
Let's see. I would say you can see that one. You could see that one. Yeah, you can see those 3.
Okay. Now, for cleaving with a bow, can I shoot this one up here and then cleave down over here, potentially?
I believe with cleaving with a bow, the targets have to be close to each other, but I don't remember if that got modified in the 2nd edition. So let me check that. Attacker can move 5 feet after each attack away from visible. Nope, you can. Yeah, you can do that. You can cleave. Yeah.
Okay. I'll try to take care of this one here who's still awake first.
Okay. Got it.
And then we'll see where it goes from there.
All right. Oh.
We'll go
Okay.
from
So
there.
he dies. Ah!
All right.
Now you get a cleave.
Then I'll take a shot at, though I think there's a chieftain there.
You can't see him. He's back. He's
I can't see
purposely
him.
back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
He's
Then I'll
back.
shoot at whoever's
He's back.
closest.
He didn't attack. He's on hold.
Yeah, I'll shoot at the closest guy. Whoops, what happened there? And whiff.
It's a miss. Okay. All right. Revilla doing anything?
Revilla is going to delay.
Okay. Mandonio?
He is going to ready, facing the opposite direction of everyone.
Okay. All right. Agalor?
That's you now, Tyranius.
Oh, I'm doing Agalor also.
He's yours now. Remember, you hired him after Gwynfor died.
Yep, hang on. He's gonna shoot his short bow. Then I was just looking at measuring range. That's not what I wanted to do. I'm trying to measure range, but I'm using the wrong tool here.
It's 46 feet.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Oh,
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that shot shoots out like a thunderbolt sent by Aminar himself, pierces the kobold in the eye, and it topples over dead. Okay. So you get a cleave, Agalor.
All right, he's going to shoot again at the fellow right next to him. Then.
All right, that one misses. Okay. So got this guy and this guy. Okay, so all right. So these two are both going to shoot at Agalor. First one. Oh, Agalor takes 5. Second one, Agalor gets missed. So Agalor. Oh, wow. Agalor has Constitution 17 and 9 hit points, so he's fine. Okay. Fucking badass. All right. So Agalor, who is a formidable warrior in every way except for his squeaky voice, gives out a little pip squeak as he gets hit, but he stays in the fight. Okay. Avaro is up.
Okay, so Avro is going to fire at the one directly in front of him that's still up, and the cluster that was put to sleep.
no, I killed that one already.
No, they're all asleep. All these guys here are asleep.
Oh, the symbols are throwing me off.
Yeah,
All right.
they're in the upper left instead of upper right.
Firing down at the others then.
Okay.
Nope.
That's a miss. Okay, Higlak.
All right. Can Higlak move and shoot?
You can move up to your combat speed for you, which is 20 feet.
Okay.
You might want to poke. Well, I don't know. Yeah.
Crap, that's not gonna. I was thinking of taking cover behind that cart, but that's not gonna. I'm not gonna be able to make it there.
You could take cover behind the tree just to the south. Couldn't you?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and nail him with my bow first, and then I'll see how many we've got left. All right. So he's going to attack. We'll go with this guy down here.
The miss.
All right.
Okay.
And so he will go ahead and move.
Oh, you can't move after you shoot.
Okay, I thought
No, you got to move. You can move then shoot, but you can't shoot then move.
misunderstood. Okay, no worries.
Yep. Okay. So we advance to the next round of combat, but before we roll initiative. Okay. All right. Very good. So Revilla the Crone is up first.
She'll delay.
Okay. Scandara the Red.
He will shoot the closest one.
So she can't see them from back there.
You can't
So
see
you have
them?
to move,
Okay.
to move forward.
Yeah, she could take like a move and then shoot.
Yeah.
And she make it up here, or is that too far?
That's too far. She
Yeah.
can make like, you know,
And
something
sidle
like
so she
that.
can see. Yeah, that works.
Okay. Go ahead. Oh, that's a hit. Okay. So Skandara drops one. The arrow comes whizzing down through the branches right into it looks up just in time for the arrow to hit it right in the nose, in the dog's snout, and it screams and crumples. And Mandonio is up.
Mandonio will stay readied, facing to the rear.
Okay. Avaro is up.
Avro is firing again into the cluster of kobolds to his southeast.
Okay.
Oh,
Miss. All right. He's asleep. Agalor.
he was also firing into the same cluster.
Okay. AC2 is a hit. Okay, so he hits the kobold and does 6. So Agalor takes out another kobold. Okay.
Nice.
Agalor, you get a cleave.
Oh,
So Agalor hits for 3, which is enough to kill a little kobold. Okay. All right.
woohoo.
Well, Higlak, you're up.
Okay. And can I see the champion or whatever that's in the bushes?
You don't have line of sight on him, no.
Okay.
We
So
can, we'll
all
say
I
you
know,
can tell there's someone back there, but you can't really. You don't have line of sight on him.
okay, but I can tell that there's someone there, that there's a kobold there. Okay. Well, Higlak's not the kind of person to back off, so he's
Charging
going to advance towards the thing. Full defense, though.
Oh, okay. So in that case, you can only go 20 feet towards him.
That's fine.
He's going to there.
Yep.
Okay.
Full defense.
Yep. Got it. All right. Tyrannius, Theodana.
Zeadana is going to move to the south and try to get up into those. Try to get up. Try to attempt to start flanking him.
Okay. Got it. Yep. All right. Next up is him. Okay. And he goes running back into the bushes at full kobold speed, someplace where you guys no longer know where he is.
Okay.
All right. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to try and hunt this kobold down, or just
You got
go
the
on your way?
explorer.
Or
And
I have
Travis
tracking
can
if we want to track him.
Yep, let's do it.
Do we want to track him?
Yeah.
all right, what do you want
Let's
to do
have
with these?
somebody go do a coup de grace on the sleeping kobolds.
And someone should see the Higlak.
Yeah,
Higlak's
Higlak.
hurting.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, you can.
And Agalor.
Yeah. Well, you got
And-
Revilla has got 2 cure injury spells and a lay on hands.
Well, she can treat with Comfrey and
She can treat with comfrey and stuff
keep
first
those
as
for
well.
later.
If you want to do that. Okay, but although if you're going to do that, that takes like 10 minutes to do all that stuff.
So why don't we put the pursuit party and the staying party?
Okay, who's your pursuit party?
That'll be me because you need the tracker.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Zeodana.
Yep, because she's fast. Yeah.
Yep.
We take at least 2 of the beefy guys.
Take the new thief too. Take Skandara.
Yeah.
She's wounded.
Oh, okay.
So maybe we should take.
It's just a flesh wound, she says.
Okay. All right. It's just a little red, right?
Can't even see it in the cloak.
She's got something to prove. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Those 3. All right, Jonathan, give me a tracking check.
Should we take? I mean, that feels a little. I feel like we should have at least one more.
You got to move
take-
fast.
Yeah. Okay. We can do that.
Can you take Agalor?
Yeah, if we're trying to move fast, though, you're right. So maybe we should just go with what we got. All right, tracking ship. Hold on, let me find it. Oh, I don't get a roll right there. So I just rolled 1d20, right?
Yeah, 1d20, yeah.
Hey,
Is it
hey,
GM
Black,
roll or
you
can I
go
roll
take
public?
care of
You
those
can roll it publicly.
kobolds before we heal you.
Roger that. Hey, Black will walk over and do some coup de grace.
Okay, so you're doing the coup de grace. Yep. Don't pull a Herrick. Okay, so you guys are moving faster than the kobold. So he had about 120-foot head start on you. So you're moving 30 feet faster than him per minute. Okay, so after about 5 minutes of tracking, you spot the kobold just up ahead, and it's moving as fast as it can, but it's a kobold, so it's kind of small. It's not that big. And now all three, no, let's see, actually two of you, Skandara and Antavis, are naturally stealthy, but Zayadana is not, so he's not going to be surprised by you guys. Let's see, but his morale is all right. So he turns around, and he throws his hands up.
I come forward.
Kadawa! Kadawa!
Come forward.
Okay, he trots forward.
Anyone else?
Java no Ichi solo.
He doesn't speak. Okay. I'll gesture back the way we came,
Okay.
and we'll march him back.
All right. So, all right. So you guys come marching back with this kobold chieftain in tow.
And the sleeping guys have been offed in the meantime.
Yep. Okay. And he says, Shakti Mubani. And he
Speak any
points
common.
he points to the northeast. Common?
All right. Anybody have any interpretation of what northeast might mean, other than that's where his tribe is?
I got nothing, man.
I don't have anything either.
Let's see. Anybody?
Is he pointing towards the temple?
Well, the temple
What
is
is
to
your,
the northeast.
What does your imp? Does your imp speak any of these languages?
Oh, you know, the imp. Let's see. The imp. No, the imp does not speak any of these languages. No.
Okay.
No, sadly, he speaks my languages.
Yeah.
Well, we'll manacle the chieftain because we got those nice manacles that Caston has brought for us. And well, I'm an explorer. I'm used to unpleasant tasks. I'll search the chieftain.
Okay. He isn't carrying very much, particularly for a kobold chieftain. His tribe must have been displaced, or perhaps he was wandering, or you're not quite sure what. But he has no treasure.
All right. What do you think? Should we keep him and try to sell him, or do we off him and press on?
Oh, I mean, hostage until we make it, closer to town. Then we can just off them. I don't think I don't think a kobold is worth our time in terms of trying to sell them in the gladiator pits.
Oh, that's true.
I mean,
of course, there was the Tower of Knowledge, which apparently has some sort of fun down below.
Okay, so the kobold says,
I look at the kobold and say, "Try that again."
remember his hands are manacled, so he goes. Oh, he can't. He's like,
You know something, don't you?
What are the odds that somebody at Turos Tim speaks Kobold?
Probably pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we can take him to Turos Tim and question him there.
Sounds like a good idea.
Why don't we Ravila will treat the 3 wounded, and the thieves can search the bodies in the wagons.
Okay. Yep. All right. So the bodies in the wagons are long dead and are masticated. The kobolds killed them a while back, ate the bodies, and are just using them for an ambush.
I would suggest we have somebody remove the wagon out of the road so that nobody else falls into this trap.
Yeah. So you can spend some time removing the wagon out of the road, and that's a very good Samaritan thing to do.
Okay, so first for Higlak, Ravila is going to attempt to cure light wounds using healing chest and a dose of wound wart.
Okay.
So that's going to be a D20 plus 3.
Yes.
Oh,
No good. All right. So she's not able to do the healing.
Then the same for who else is wounded?
It was
Skandara only took 1 hit point damage, so I'm not sure if it's best. I'm not sure the best way to handle that.
You just give her some comfrey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't there another? Wasn't Aguilar or one of those guys wounded?
Yeah, Aguilar was.
And Avro was also down on HP.
Did Avro get hit? No, he didn't. That must be from another.
Yeah, that's what I was confused by that.
Yeah, no, Avro is fine, but Aguilar is down 5 and Higlak is down.
Okay, so this is to cure light wounds.
Oh, yeah, okay. So that was for D20 plus 3. So that is a really good healing check on Aguilar. So Aguilar, she has 3 ranks of healing. So that's going to be 2d6 plus 1. 8 points healed. All right. I got you all stitched up. Not even going to make a scar.
And then she'll use 1 dose of comfrey on Skandara.
Okay. So then the only person who's down is Higlak.
Is Higlak. And she can use... she can cast a... no, we'll say she'll lay on hands with him.
Okay. So lay on hands will heal. She's only first level, so the lay on hands heals 2.
Yep.
So he's back up to 5. And then spell?
I think we'll hold this spell in case anything else happens today. And we'll just have Higlak just kind of be cool for a while. Oh, no, but what we also can do is she'll use another dose of comfrey on Higlak.
Ah, okay. So that's D3. All right, Higlak, you're at 6.
okay.
Okay.
I'm thinking we should.
All right.
Let's load those bodies if they're not too nasty in the wagon and get them cremated at Turos Tim.
Okay. You can do that.
I don't like the idea of leaving.
yeah.
We don't leave. I don't like leaving people out in the wilderness unless they're alive.
Makes sense. All right.
The kobolds didn't have anything else of value.
They did not. They seem to be relatively impoverished.
Okay.
Was the other wagon damaged enough such that we couldn't use it?
Yeah, it's very badly damaged and has
Okay.
been, rain soaked and whatnot. Okay. So, all right. So on the next day, the 10th of Acebelin, as you guys get to this crossroads here, you see coming from the south a large caravan. It looks to have about 20 wagons with a number of mounted infantrymen and merchants. A number of mounted mercenaries and merchants riding alongside. It looks like a supply caravan for the forts.
I'll hail them.
Hail them with a well met.
Well met. We're on our way to Turos Tem. What of you?
We're headed the same direction. We'd love to travel with you.
All right. Give me a reaction roll there, Higlak, to see whether they think this hairy barbarian is a good idea to travel with.
Yeah, it's 2d6.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Geez, man. Whenever the clincher comes, you always roll really well on these things. It's hilarious. All right. And they look around there and say, we'd be honored to have your company. You can never be too safe in these dangerous times.
You heard of the Grey Brotherhood?
We have not. Who are they?
Yes, we're on that. We are the Grey Brotherhood. We're actually working with the Legate to try to clear out the Viaspin forest. And
yes.
we've
I
taken
think I've
some
heard of your exploits then. You're the ones that killed Drusus.
Drusus. Yes, that's right.
Indeed,
I thought that
we
was
did.
the Imperial Vanguard, but I remembered wrong. Yes, that's right.
You wouldn't happen to have anybody who speaks Kobold in your caravan, do you?
I'm going to roll to see if he has anybody who speaks Kobold. Let's just see here.
We have this captive who seems to have an urgent message for us.
Let's see. So they've got a lot of fighters. So about 25% of them would have a chance of being above average intelligence with an extra language. There's 20 wagons, so 40 guys. That's 10 guys. And then, so let's say maybe 1 in 20. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to roll 10d20 for the 10 guys that might have the intelligence to speak it. Any one speak Kobold. 2 or higher, they speak some other languages. Oh, actually, I have to put the roll.
See any.
Very sad. Nobody. Okay.
No worries.
We got a 2. One of them's like, I speak lizard, man. Closely related. All right. All right.
That's the only. I'm getting to really hate this Vanguard.
I know, right? On the 11th, you guys reach Turos Tem. Okay. So the gates open and the supply caravan goes up the long wind to go bring grain and fresh weapons, arrows, other supplies. You guys are in the town outside the fort, or you can ride up with the wagon. It's up to you. I think you had said you wanted to do stuff in town with the merchant, right?
Yeah.
So we'll head to Aeropost.
Okay. All right. So you find Aeropost at his usual place, at the merchant's table in the forum, where he's weighing and measuring and verifying deals and exchanging bills of tender and things. And he says, "Where is Castinus?"
He's back in Ciudadanos, recovering from our last foray. He's doing well, but he sent us back to recover a few things from the vault that we had stored with you.
I hope it was nothing serious.
No, nothing serious.
Just a slight case of death.
He was mostly dead.
He's getting better, right?
He got better, yeah.
Of course.
Nothing that serious. But
well, I have goods of yours in both my vault and warehouse. Did you want to pick them up?
Yes, we
Please.
do.
Yeah,
we have our list that Caston has provided us. So
yeah, I got a list, and I've got gold pieces for them to pay off, and it's another month on the loan. So that'll basically they're going to clear most of it out. Okay,
so you're paying off the loan?
Yes.
All right, and clearing everything out. So that's the wound wart, the cloth, the tapestries.
No. So what they're gonna pick up is the shell trinket.
Okay.
3 prisms.
Yep.
That big porcelain vase.
Yep.
1 agate.
Yep.
And the 13 remaining bone fetishes. That's from the vault.
Right. Yeah.
And then from the warehouse, 7 bolts of cloth and 6 tapestries.
Okay. Cool. Okay, got it.
We'll leave the wound wart in there. We pay 1 copper per stone for that.
Right.
That's
Okay, got it. And all of this is going into your party stash then?
yes.
Got it. No problem. Okay, great. That is handled.
Okay.
All right. I'd like to go up to the temple and, provide see about getting the wayward travelers cremated.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's
And then-
fine. So you spend the afternoon doing that?
And I'd also like to ask her if she knows anybody who speaks Kobold. I figure she's a good place to start.
Okay, let's see if anybody speaks Kobold. Dun dun dun. Excuse me, does anyone speak Jive? Stewardess, I speak Jive. You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
Airplane, right?
Airplane.
Is that Airplane?
That's a great
Yeah,
moment.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've seen that. I need to watch it again.
Let's see. So... Yeah. Analyst Hometri Sokolo, who is the analyst for the Turos Tem, the military historian who preserves and records all of their deeds of valor. So one of the legionaries says, yeah, I believe Hometri Sokolo speaks a lot of those beastmen tongues.
Thank you. And we'll go look and try to track him down.
All right, so he's easy to find. He spends his time in the headquarters building in the analyst's office. So you head over there. And let's see if we have a Turos Tem here. Yeah. So right there. Okay. So let's see. All right. So you head into the headquarters building, which is a large. It's what was traditionally called a basilica in shape. So a large front half has an open colonnaded courtyard with a veranda. Then there's a cross hall with a within the cross hall there's an elevated shrine and a pair of offices on either side. The central rooms are separated from the cross hall by gated bronze fences, and there's legionaries moving back and forth on various errands of the day. There's the high shrine of the temple where all of its the high shrine of the fortress where all of its battle standards are kept, which is under heavy guard by 2 tough-looking hombres. And adjacent to that is the analyst's office. You see a room furnished with a tall oak table, pottery lamp, wax tablet, a stylus, ink pot, stacks of parchment sheets. And on a wickerwork chair is analyst Hometri Sokolo. So he rises as you approach. He has storybook hero handsome features. And but then as he rises up out of his chair, you see that he's quite portly, although he carries the weight with a dignified bearing. And he says, well met, how can I help you?
Good day. I was told that you speak Kobold. We were on the road back from Ciudadanos and we came across a wagon that had been slaughtered by kobolds. We managed to capture their chieftain, who seems to have some urgent message for us, and we were hoping that maybe you could help us figure out what it is.
It is true. I do speak their foul tongue. I would not say that I'm fluent in their guttural barks and whines, but I can communicate with them.
I appreciate it. And so we'll bring forward the kobold chieftain.
Okay, so you bring forward the kobold chieftain, and Hometri looks down at him, and they begin to speak, and goes back and forth, and then finally he turns and he says that someone called the Queen Below, or the Lady Below, ordered him and his tribe, if they wished to join her in allegiance, to slay a group that she said would be coming on the East Road on the day after the sun was undying. He seems to believe that she's some sort of religious prophet. And
has he seen her? Oh, sorry.
He turns off. Oh, he says he has not seen her except in his dreams, but he has met with her representatives.
Can he describe these representatives and where they met?
Okay, he kind of talks a bit. He says there is a place of great power in the Viespin forest, and that the representative were gnolls with red eyes.
Thank you very much. That's very helpful.
Okay. He says, of course, I hope that information makes more sense to you than it did to me.
Well, we are the ones that she's trying to kill. It's nice to know she failed, but it is alarming that she knew that we were going to be on that road at that time. So, thank you.
That is alarming, isn't it?
Yes.
That's kind of all I had in mind for Turos Tim. Anybody else have anything in mind before we head back?
No. I would say let's wait until morning to leave, but other than that, no, I'm good.
Okay, great. So then on the 12th, you guys will head back?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so no problemo. What are you going to do with the kobold?
Terenius asks if you guys wanted to hire a wagoneer to help manage the wagon.
It's a good idea.
That is a good idea.
Getting home faster.
We can check.
Yeah, it's easy to hire. It's easier to hire a wagoneer if you're willing to pay for it. It'll be 2 silver pieces a day. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Since we're outside of Turos Tim, shall we knife the chieftain and throw him in a ditch? Is that kind of the plan?
I like it.
Yeah, I'm good. I mean,
okay, so you guys put the chieftain to death, freeing his soul from the accursed affliction of being a beastman. It's very noble of you, very heroic. Okay, so your return trip is fairly uneventful, other than the fact that it's quite hot the whole trip. Every single day is in the 90s. You're getting into the hottest part of the year now in southern Argyle, so there's going to be some miserable, sweltering days ahead of you to enjoy. Other than the heat, the flies, the stench of the Viamere swamps, and the misery of each other's company, though, it's a good trip.
Oh, we're charming company.
You're very charming.
Say.
Yes. All right. So you guys have made it back to Saidanos on the 15th of Sevelin, which is now at this point 1, 2, 3, So 21. So you need 7 more days of rest at this point before Castinus and Raymond can adventure.
Okay.
I think I'll do some study in those 7 days. I'll study map
7
making.
days. Okay, so you're studying mapping. Okay.
And I'll do, what is it? Riding? What's the name of this?
Riding. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So riding for fighter. Tyrenius, you want to study something?
Yeah, I'm going back through my notes to see what I was studying before.
Oh, I think I have it actually. You were studying healing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking it was, but yeah, I'm going to continue that then.
Okay. Yep. And Castinus, you were studying bargaining. You can't study. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna still, just like slowly start to through messages and runners start to sell the stuff.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Can I also send a runner with a message to the Mercenary Guild, asking to get in touch with the Imperial Vanguard that we might have something that they might be interested to purchase.
So you want to try and find the Imperial Vanguard?
Yeah.
Okay. So the messenger, no one knows where they are right now.
Okay.
Yeah. No one knows where they are right now. They're out having adventures like they do. They don't stop and dawdle. They don't stop and dawdle in town like some adventuring groups. The Imperial Vanguard is always at the frontier of danger.
We need to hire their propagandist. I mean, wow. Did you want to visit Parad Radok? But he should have something done, and I'm not sure if he wanted to commission anything more.
Yeah, he should have. You guys have your flag is finished at this point, and the 5 silver darts are finished.
Yep, the 5 silver darts is finished. We'll go back and see if he has any masterwork shields, or we can,
We do need to get that one repainted.
Yes, and repaint. Yeah, and we'll send the magic shield out for repainting.
Okay, so
that's the winged sun on it, probably, right?
You want to put a winged sun, or you could put your own logo, whichever you prefer.
Let's Raymond. What do you think Raymond would like? Ooh, how about the winged sun?
Winged sun, yeah.
And maybe with a mule on, maybe a winged sun with a mule, and like in some place on it.
Or maybe do the mule and then do the winged sun at the bottom, kind of like I'm doing with my half hand for the, personal sigil.
Right. So the mule. So you guys decided a gray mule is your sigil.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Are you going to change the marker on the map to
I need to find a gray mule. Yeah, I need to. Okay. So I've got down notes for what everybody's doing with their downtime. And then let's see. Yeah, you can also, do you have the money to pay to get, what's her name, to start investigating that staff for you?
I will.
Okay.
After I go through and sell all this stuff, yes. So let's go ahead and commission her to do that. And Alex, I'll do all the accounting.
Yeah, we can do that in between sessions.
Yeah, in between. But yeah, we will definitely have enough.
All right, so that will take her 2 weeks. So she won't be finished by the time you guys are ready to leave, unless you wanted to extend your stay a week, which might be worthwhile if it's a powerful magic item.
I was about to say.
Well, here's another thing I'll pose to the group is we could, if we're going to stay another week, we could hire a boat to take us to Cipheron and hopefully sell the scroll there. There's an increased chance of us being able to move it.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be a relatively quick trip.
Yes, if you wished to go to Cipheron.
And I have to say that there's also a part that Castinus wants to go there so that he can transact there. So in the future, I can treat that as a better market. So there's that piece too.
Do we have any more glasswares left, or did we already unload it all?
The glassware we use for the restore life and limb.
Yeah, we traded.
But we do have another. I can tell you right now. In various high value items that you guys just brought back, there's 1,400 gold pieces in just in valuable stuff, and then there's another 200 gold pieces in mercantile stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's got a zipper on.
All right. Okay, so let's see. So that would be 1, 2, 3.
What day would we be leaving? If I can also, once you have that, let me know that too.
So it is just over a full day of travel to get to Sifron. So if you leave tomorrow morning, you'll get there the day after tomorrow afternoon by boat. And the cost per person to travel on a river barge is passenger cargo. River 96 miles, 1 gold piece. So it will be 1 gold piece per person each way.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Is the return trip take about the same amount of time, or
return trip takes longer because of the river current flows down towards the Amasore.
But it's still a relatively quick trip.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the trip back takes a full 2 days. So it's like a day and a quarter on the way up and 2 days on the way back. So not bad.
No.
Okay.
It would be the 22nd. Is that about right when we'd be leaving? Did I do that right?
If you're gonna leave on the day that Castinus is recovered, yeah. Yeah. All right. So what we'll do, we'll advance play to the 22nd, and we will start next session with you guys heading upriver to go to Sifron.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and everybody goes because everybody gets to take part in the XP when we move that scroll.
Yeah, which is great.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome. Well, that'll be good. So we'll do that. We'll explore Sifron next session.
There's also probably a little bit from the kobolds too.
Oh yeah. You'll get some XP from the kobolds. Not very much, but I'll actually give you that to you guys now. So that would be 8 of them, and then 50, 60. It's a trivial amount.
Yeah.
Let's manage the party here. We need to add Agalor. We need to add Dravis. Remove Avarice. Remove Very Sad Gwynfor. And then we need to add Skandara the Red. Oh, and
Griffin Russell.
Griffin Russell, yeah. Add Griffin Russell and remove Turok. Okay. And now we will give you guys XP. You ready for your big XP?
Ooh. Nice.
Oh, it's epic.
Yeah. It's all about treasure, really. When it comes to XP, it's all about treasure. So awesome. Okay. Well, that was good. Good. So
I just noticed I only got 3. I think I'm flagged as a henchman.
oh, you're probably flagged as a henchman. We'll unflag you. Yeah.
I'm not worried about
Give yourself,
three.
You're almost
give yourself 3 more, Jonathan.
What those three?
All right, you're at 1256. Yeah, let me make sure. I guess you're flagged as a henchman somehow. Oh, yep, there it is.
Oh, and I'm also lawful, not neutral. Can I change that manually? Yeah, looks like I can.
I see. All right. Well, good session. Low key, but you guys got some stuff done. Took care of business. Got a new thief. Gained some intel.
That's good times.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen.
All right.
Well, good session. We're back on in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Awesome. See you guys
Two
then.
weeks.
All right. Good night,
Good night.
everybody.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.